Now Wilson on second down. Forced out to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And Nelson's got it here right side. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. J.J. Nelson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
but drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Out of the gun, Rudolph. He's got Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Mike Evans, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. A really nice return all the way up to the 40, but hold everything. The flag down. You see it on your screen. This one looks like it's going to come back. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their pass, if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Zerline out now to kick this one away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They go play action with Wilson. Steps away to his left. Fighting through. Now he'll let it go deep down. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Gotta go. 18.
Now Balaj. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Touchdown, Steelers. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit!
From the 50, it's Rudolph. He's got his man on the crossing route. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first down carry now for Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now a former New Mexico Lobo, it's Jarrell Presley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Third and long, it's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Rudolph throwing on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Green.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Over the middle to Evans. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. He had the touchdown of a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Rudolph. Caught left side by Cobb. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Leopard!
Rudolph looking to throw it. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Rudolph. Miller on the catch over the middle. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Rudolph on first down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up first and 10.
Right, 380. Gotta go.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He completes it right side to White. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Gotta go.
On first down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, it's Rudolph setting up the screen from Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Rudolph just does beat the play clock. Escaping the pressure right. And a catch right side by Evans. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Steps away. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone!
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Gone! No, check, Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They go read option with Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Here's Wilson being chased out left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run it now out of the gun. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tempo.
On 3rd down, Wilson. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now it's Wilson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Open man right side is Ingram. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this. Talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Detroit! From the gun, here's Rudolph. Dumps it complete to Mellon. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Sheldon Richardson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Welcome back now to Denver. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Tempo. Hey. 19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Nelson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Balaj. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Underneath for Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw, Rudolph. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Broncos on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit!
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Flush to his right. Going up top for Miller. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. He'll field this at the 5. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Rudolph looking to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Rudolph. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mark Barron. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. Finding room inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Right back to him on first down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run here with Balaj. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Keep working, baby. Keep working, fellas.
Now they try the right side here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Gotta go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled it to 2. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Kalen Balaj with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So the Broncos coming out now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
I probably just want to put this one behind them. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean my do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done dared every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
Thicker the plot, thicker the plot, thicker the bag. Meet him a bite, now lacing no beamer. I'm Brian, I'm kind of driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and I'm way up and made it. The is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around. Just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the